One of the people who is kind of the founder of the feast on the Big Give coming up on May 1st, part of the Give Local York initiative, is Meagan Given, and get this last name, Given. I mean, she was made for this job, Given. Good morning, Meagan. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
It didn't strike me until I was just sitting there looking. I know Meagan Given is what you normally sign things by, but I also know your last name is Given. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yeah, Given.
So you were built for the job. I mean, there it is.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it's there in the name. So.
You're giving all the time, and you're asking people to give, too, as well. Give Local York. You know, the first year I remember you had, like, $1.5 million that you did. Last year you went over $3 million. I remember the big party in there at the Capitol. This year we're not going to be having the on-site parties, but no less effort to give and really step it up. And tell people about the Give Local York program and what it's really all about, Meagan.
Yeah. So Give Local York is a day really of celebration, and it's a one-day give where we take the opportunity as Yorkers to really say thank you and to support the nonprofit organizations that support us all year long. And what we find is that when we all give together, even if we're giving what we can, you know, the minimum gift starts at $10, that $10 really makes a huge impact, and that's how we're able to see these big numbers at the end. It's really the idea that we're doing it together. And this year we've decided to not set a financial goal, so we're not looking at dollars raised. We're looking at the number of donors who are giving. So our goal is to have 10,000 people make a gift on May 1st to support these nonprofit organizations that are doing such important work.
How many people did you have actually give last year?
So last year we had 8,777 donors. So this year we're looking to make that jump to 10,000.
Yeah, for a lot of people who are out of work right now, who want to give, and yet at the same time, you know, circumstances have changed. This is an opportunity to really get involved. And no matter how small you're really kind of getting started with there, you're doing something to help some of these great organizations around the area who do such great work, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, the idea is that you don't have to be a wealthy person or have a trust fund to be able to support a cause you care about. Another thing that you can do on Give Day is you can use the same site, givelocalyork.org, to sign up to be a volunteer for organizations. So, you know, we say to give of your time, talents, and treasure, and we know, you know, right now, with times being so uncertain, that financially it might not be possible, but there are definitely still ways that you can be supportive and to show that you care and that you want to help. And, you know, I think a lot of the nonprofits are participating. We have 300 organizations. A lot of them are really on the front lines right now, you know, supporting the community and responding to help, whether it's the food banks or the healthcare organizations, the education organizations, the ones that are working with our seniors. You know, the time is really now to come together metaphorically as a community, even if we can't come together in person.
And you can go to givelocalyork.org. And if you want to find out about a particular organization that you want to help, you can punch it in right there, as I did this morning with the YMCA, and you can bring up all kinds of information about what they're doing and where the money's going to go. And you got a great website there, Meagan, because it's very informative, keeps you up to date. And I know on Big Give Day, people are going to be looking at that to see how the money is rolling in during that time. And I know I'm an old coach, so I was keeping score last year as I was sitting there doing the show down at the Strand, and I'm watching the whole morning because there were two particular ones that I wanted to give to, which happened to be number 1 and 2 in the giving, which I was surprised by that. One of them was York Polar Bears, which is doing great work for kids who have various challenges. That was the one big one that I gave to last year. And I think the other one was Human Life Services was my other big one. Those two were 1 and 2 or somewhere up in that top echelon. But there's so many others out there.
Definitely high up on the list. Yeah, the day of, the website really, and even more so this year, is really going to be the home base. I mean, so you'll see the running total of what's happening. You'll see those leaderboards. And this year we're actually also doing an online streaming channel. So, you know, for the 24 hours of the give, we'll be having our own channel there also on the site so that you can see. We'll be checking in with nonprofits and making posts and announcing prizes and sharing out some fun information. So givelocalyork.org. The website is really going to be your home base. And then, of course, we're also very active on all of our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Did I see there's going to be, and you can slap me verbally right now if I'm wrong on this, did I see there's going to be some entertainment on there somewhere?
There is going to be some entertainment. So with with the channel, we're working on getting creative with
Right.
how we can still bring people together, and also really entertain people. By all accounts, we're probably all still going to be in our houses and looking for something to bring us together and to entertain us. So we are working with some local bands and local musicians, and also giving the nonprofit organizations an opportunity to recreate some of the fun and excitement that they would have had in person. So we're trying to get creative how we can present that in a digital format on May 1st.
Now, if you've ever met Meagan or a lot of her volunteers, she is bubbling with excitement all the time. I have never seen a smile as firmly implanted in the face all the time. But, something else I just thought about today, Meagan, for this year, for the Give Local York and the Big Give, we have a lot of kids at home. We have a lot of young adults, budding young adults who are at home, who are hearing this, who maybe haven't had a chance to be involved in this before, and you want to talk about getting started on giving at a young age. Maybe this is a time, too, where you can get a lot of those people involved as well. Talk about that a bit.
Absolutely. I mean, the idea behind a Give Day like this is really to bring, more people into the process of being generous and giving. And the format, having it be online and social media is really accessible for young people. So, what I say is find something that you're passionate about, that you care about. And I guarantee you there is an organization here in York County who's doing that work. And in that sense, we're sort of a matchmaker, so we can help you find an organization that's doing the work you care about. One way that people can get involved this year and every year, but even more so this year, is you can sign up to be a peer-to-peer fundraiser for a cause or an organization you care about. So you can spread the word to your friends and your network and say, you know what, I really care about X. This organization is doing that work. Help me support them on this day. And that's a really easy way for younger people to get involved and to, engage and start a conversation with their friends and family as well.
Excuse me, Meagan.
No problem.
Can't even shut. I don't even have a cough. I don't even have a cough button here. Anyway, so tell people how they can get involved, numbers they can call, website, and so forth.
Yeah, so everything really, your home base is going to be givelocalyork.org. So if you go to givelocalyork.org, you'll not only be able to check out all the awesome nonprofits that are participating, but if you go up into the menu there, you'll see a literal link that says Get Involved or a link that says Fundraisers. We have all sorts of toolkits and information that will help you get started and really spell it out for you. And then also our Facebook page, which is Give Local York, is sharing out a lot of information about the organizations that are participating, about organizations that are doing work right now, really important work in our community, specifically around, COVID-19 and the response that we're seeing. So I would say hit up givelocalyork.org and like us on Facebook. Or if you're not on Facebook, if you're a young kid who's not on Facebook, we're on Instagram and we're on Twitter as well.
And, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be May 1st, the Big Give. It's 24 hours of giving. And for those of you that are keeping track of that, it's only 30 days, 16 hours, 16 minutes, and 22 seconds to go until that happens. Not that I'm keeping an exact count, right?
Yeah.
You actually have a counter on your website, which I love. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. But I get involved in little things like that, so they keep me interested. But anyway, it's not a little thing with the Big Give. You can be part of that May 1st, 2020. It's going to be every bit as big as normal. It's just going to be on the website this year. So put givelocalyork.org down somewhere right now. And final thought, Meagan.
I know that this is a tough time for the community, but I think that this is the time that we need each other even more. And May 1st is going to be an opportunity for us to show that we have each other's backs and that we're strong as York County. And I think it's going to be just as big a day of celebration. So thank you to
Meagan,
everybody.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think if you want to put a light at the end of the tunnel, May 1st, that's the day after the April 30th deadline here the governor just laid up yesterday. What better day to get out and celebrate? It's like May Day. So get out there and make that ground zero for giving on May 1st. It's the Big Give. Go to givelocalyork.org. Write it down. and be checking it out for all the various nonprofits and businesses. Meagan, thanks for all you're doing. Really appreciate you being with us this morning. And forgive my coughing. I got something caught in my throat there for a second. So
no, thank you so much, and thank you for shining a spotlight on all the hardworking nonprofits. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Meagan Given. And remember that word give on May 1st. Thanks so much, Meagan.
Exactly.